Hi guys, and welcome back to the Wisdom Therapist. Another wisdom quote for today. This comes from Epicurus. He says, I have never wished to cater to the crowd. For what I know, they do not approve. And what do they approve, I do not know. So he's telling us that it's very hard to know what the crowd votes. And here you can see that in your real life. You can see that with elections, you can see that by all the wishes and all the bad things that are going on around the world. So if we, all the people, would go for the things that can actually make our lives good and great, then we could see that life would be much better. There wouldn't be so much exploitation and bad things. Hi beautiful people, this is the Wisdom Therapist. Today, a great question. How to get more time in your life? Time, the most precious thing in this world. And we have a great answer from Marcus Aurelius. He said, how much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself to make it just and holy. So I want this for you, for your life to be better. And if we are to follow Marcus Aurelius, your life is going to be better when you don't look what your neighbor says, does or think, but that you focus on what you do, what you think, how you act, and how you make your soul holy. And it's deeper into the things that really matter. One of the things is here, it's the world, it's nature with all its wonders. And on the other hand, we have ourselves and our within. And the great quote is from Marcus Aurelius. He says, look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up, if dew will ever dig. So, what can we do? Should we listen to the TV or social media, etc., or should we dig deeper in our souls and actually find the things that we are searching deep within ourselves? That's something to think about and to ponder on. And until next time, all the best. Another great quote, another great thought. This one is from Seneca. He says, they lose the day in expectation of the night, and the night in fear of the dawn. Think about that. How many times have we lost the day because we were afraid of the night? How many times we were afraid of some exams or of some interview for a job that we later actually hate, that we don't want to do? And how many times we lose the night in the fear of the dawn? How many times have we feared the next day? How many times we feared what was to come? So I say, let's not be afraid. Hi guys, and welcome back. What can you do when you fall? It is a fact of life that we all are going to fall. Hi from the Wisdom Therapist. And let's look what Socrates has to say about that. He says, falling down is not a failure. Failure comes when you stay where you have fallen. Great example on how to live our lives. So when we fall, because we are going to fall, it's important that we keep moving, that we try to do our best. One of the common things that happen is that we look at other people and we see that a lot of other people has it better than us. And in that moment, think about population in general. Most people has it worse than us. Another great quote from Socrates. This one is about how to become great. And he makes a great example. He says, if you want to be a good saddler, saddle the worst horse, for if you can tame one, you can tame them all. So it's an interesting thought. Think about that. So when you go about your life, instead of choosing the easy path, the easy things to do. Try for once to make something or do something that is hard, so you can grow in your endeavors, in your field of choosing. And if and how Socrates tells us, let's get something hard in so that we can make life easier. We have an interesting quote. That one is from Democritus. He says, "The wrongdoer is more unfortunate than the man wronged." Why is this so? Why do you think? I believe Democritus and the ancient Greeks believed that virtue is the most important quality in our lives. Aristotle said that if we want to have a great life, we have to create a great relationship with our soul. And usually our soul does not enjoy hurting other people and making wrongdoings. So this is why I believe Democritus says that the person that does wrong things and wrongs other people is in a worse state than the person that is wronged. Is it true or not? Tell me, what do you think? Now, another great quote. It's from Epictetus. He says, "Restrict yourself to choice and refusal." So choose wisely and refuse what is not right for you. And one of the things in modern science is think about what you should start doing, and even more importantly, what should you stop doing. And he says, continues, and exercise them carefully, with discipline and detachment. And I say, use decisiveness, decide what you want, and then be at it, be consistent, be resilient, continue, go after it, go after the life and the emotional well-being that you desire, and let's become emotional billionaires. A great quote from Epictetus. He says, "So don't make a show of your philosophical learning to the uninitiated. Show them by your actions what you have absorbed." So, what have we absorbed? How how does our power, our internal power, show in the world? The ancient Greeks had an idea, and their idea was that if if you were like a bodybuilder, it should show on yourself, on your muscles, on how you put yourself in the world. On the other hand, if you focus on your mind, on your philosophical learning, then it should show on the outside your inner strength, your mind strength. Hi there, it's the wisdom therapist. Another great quote. This is from Epictetus. He says, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." So, in essence, he has told us what we should do. And it's similar to Aristotle. Having goals. We are teleological beings. So we need goals in order to be happy. We need goals to live the higher life. And so, as Epictetus says, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. And I believe you will do it. As Paulo Coelho says, if it is a dream that has come to your mind, it is because it has been generated in the consciousness of the universe. So it is in your grasp to achieve it. So go for it and tell me how you're doing. Hi there, beautiful people, and welcome back from the Wisdom Therapist. So, what do you do when you feel that nothing is working out in your life, that everything is against you, that there is no hope? Because usually we feel the worst, our soul pains the most when we feel hopeless, when we feel that there is nothing that we can do. At that times, remember that there will always be a solution. Life has its own ways to show up, so a solution will be found, and you will find a solution. We can find it together, or you can go out and do whatever it takes to find a solution. I know that's a lot of the times it's hard. It's hard as hell. And I know that if I had not have these tools that I have learned, in my life, I would probably not be alive today. So I urge you to do whatever it is in your power right now to change the situation that you are in, and hope that you will prevail in the end. And I believe you will. Hi there, it's the Wisdom Therapist. Another great quote for you. It's from our great teacher, Epictetus, which is the forefather of cognitive behavioral therapy, my specialization. And he says, keep the prospect of death, exile, and all such apparent tragedies before you every day, especially death. Remember, it's memento mori, and you will never have an object, thought, or desire anything to excess. And you will see, use memento mori and call it to your attention daily, so you will know whether you're doing something futile, something that does not belong to your soul, something that maybe it's not your destiny, and somebody has put that in front of you. So find your destiny, find something that your soul sings to, and live your life the best that you can possibly live. Today I have something great for you, and it's a message from Seneca. He says, man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. So, are there any problems in your life that you are perceiving them as problems? Is there an opportunity for you to alchemize them into great opportunities? Opportunities for growth, opportunities for helping yourself, helping others. I know sometimes, or maybe a lot of the times, it's very hard. It's very hard to do that because we get overwhelmed. We get overwhelmed by all our thoughts, our beliefs. And that's one of the main points of cognitive behavioral therapy, which is that our problems are based on how we see them, not on how they are. So that's something to ponder about. Today I have another wisdom quote, another wisdom gem for you. It's from Epictetus. He says, man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. And now we come back to you. Are there any problems that you perceive as more dangerous, more powerful? And are there any ways in which you could reframe your problems? It's a basic concept in cognitive behavioral therapy that it does not hurt us what happens to us, but how we see that is painful. So a powerful tool in cognitive behavioral therapy is the reframing of our problems, the reframing of our lives, the reframing of our point of view. And think about that, and how can you in your life make your problem vanish and alchemize them into powerful fuel for growth for yourself and for your future. Hi guys! Another great quote, and again from Marcus Aurelius. He says, in the human lifetime is about an instant, and the substance of it a flux, and the perception dull, and the composition of the whole body subject to putrefaction. Yes, indeed, we are finite. And the soul a whirl, and fortune hard to divine, and fame a thing devoid of certainty. And to say all in a word, everything that belongs to the body is a stream, and what belongs to the soul is a dream and a vapor. And life is a warfare, and the stranger's sojourn, and after, fame is oblivion. What then can guide a man? One thing and only one thing, philosophy. So, philosophy is the study of virtue, is the study of the possible, is the study of the soul. And I say, use this life the best that you can possibly use that, and be all that you can be. Another good quote, and it's from our friend Seneca. He says, there are more things Lucilius, likely to frighten us than there are to crush us. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. And that's the truth. And you all probably know that. We all suffer more in our thought, in our imagination, than in reality. How often are we afraid of things that might happen, that could happen, that maybe will happen, but yet they did not happen? So how can you use this knowledge? You can use this knowledge to live your life, as I always say, more powerfully. Live your life more powerfully. Use this knowledge to your advantage. Become the best that you can possibly be. Not perfect, but better. Better than you were yesterday. And tomorrow you can be better than you are today. And in no time, with the power in compound interest theory, you can become very powerful, especially in the soul, so you can shine from inside out. Hi guys, another great thought from our Roman Emperor Aurelius, and he says, or is it your reputation that's bothering you? But look at how soon we're all forgotten. The abyss of endless time that swallows it all. The emptiness of those applauding hands. The people who praise us, how capricious they are, how arbitrary. And the tiny region it takes place. The whole earth a point in space, and most of it uninhabited. So we're all small. But I believe that your reputation matters to you. And as Rumi says in this regard, be ferocious, be aggressive in rebuilding yourself. Destroy your reputation. It does not matter a lot, because at the end, what you feel inside your soul is going to be the most relevant and the most important thing that you have in your life. Eudaimon, becoming an eudaimon, that's what should we be after. Hi guys, another great thought from Marcus Aurelius. He says, so you know how things stand. Now forget what they think of you. Be satisfied if you can live the rest of your life, however short, as your nature demands. Focus on that and don't let anything distract you. So it is about focusing on yourself and how you feel about yourself and the life that you want to lead. You wandered all over and finally realized that you never found what you were after, how to live. Not in syllogisms, not in money or fame or self-indulgence, nowhere, but in yourself, in your soul, and with the partnership with your soul. That's the trick, and that's the idea of building a relationship with your soul and yourself. And that's what Aristotle called becoming an eudaimon. So until next time, all the best, guys. Hi guys, it's the wisdom therapist, and today another great quote. It's from Epictetus. He says, man is troubled not by events, but by the meaning he gives to them. And it's true, and we see that many times. And if you think about that and in your life, you will see that all of us, me comprised, give too much thought and too much power and meaning to the outside and to what happens to us. So until next time, I hope that you use your adversities for your personal growth. What should you do in this moment? We have an answer from Aurelius. He says, objective judgment now, at this very moment. Unselfish action now, at this very moment. Willing acceptance now, at this very moment, of all external events. As Nietzsche says, amor fati, love of your fate. Take your fate and live the best that you can possibly live. And Marcus Aurelius is telling us that's all that we need. And until next time, make the best life. Hi guys, tell me, what's important to living a good life? Is it money? Fame? Having it all? Health? Of course, that's all nice to have. But if we are to listen to the great Roman Emperor Aurelius, he says, remember that very little is needed to make a happy life. So go out, create your best life that you can, and as we always say, use the power of your soul, your daimon, and become an daimon, a good soul, the best that you can possibly be. Hi, beautiful people. Another great quote from Marcus Aurelius. He says, do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. So, what should I do? I should make this video the best possible video for you, because this video is meant for you, for your growth and for your improvement of your life. So, how should you act next time that you act? Act as if it is the last act that you do on this earth, and make it count. Make it a powerful statement of your inner self, of your inner soul. Another good quote, it's from Seneca. He says, envy of other people shows how they are unhappy. Their continual attention to others' behaviors show how they are boring. So do not envy others. Live your life fully, live your lives powerfully, and use all these powerful techniques that are available to you in your life, and make this life the best journey that you can. And you can start wherever you are. Start right there and use everything that you got to live the best you can. Hi guys, another quote from Seneca. He says, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Have you seen that in your life? Have you felt that sometimes when you may have a lot compared to other parts of the world, but yet you're not satisfied because you want more, because society has told you that you need more, that you should have that and that and that, but you have never thought about what's important for you and for your life. Think about that. Hi beautiful people, it's the Wisdom Therapist. I've been thinking, I came across a great quote from Seneca, and he said, he who is brave is free. And I'm thinking about that, and in our lives, in my life, in your life, how much would be your life better if we all had more courage to act like our better selves, the courage to act like heroes in your life, the courage to show up better, be more, create more, not more less like in quantity, but more like in depth, that you are a deeper person, so that it can show that you can shine in this world. This is my wish for you. Hi guys, another great thought from Epictetus. It's one that always amuses me. He says, if anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, he wasn't ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned this alone. So it is funny for me, because when we as humans do not accept ourselves, we find it easy to find excuses. So we excuse ourselves. No, he's stupid, he doesn't know me, he no blah 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 blah. Of course he doesn't know you, but do you know yourself? And do you have the best relationship that you possibly can have with your soul? And are you creating the eudaimon, so great soul? Hi there, another great quote. It's from Gaius Masonius Rufus. He says, others have been in poor health from overindulgence and high living, before exile has provided strength, forcing them to live a more vigorous life. Think about the Spartans, how they made their way of living enviable to the king of Persia, because they were living in frugality. They didn't want a lot. They only wanted to be the best warriors in the world. And that's one of the main concepts of our philosophy. Its process is primary. Focusing on the process, focusing on becoming the best warrior that you can in your life is part of the solution. A great quote about happiness. This comes from Aristotle. He says, "For one swallow does not make a summer, nor does one day, and so too one day or a short time does not make a man blessed and happy." So Aristotle wants to emphasize the importance of time, of consistency, of being consistent at what you do and consistent in going after happiness, chasing happiness. And his method, as we talked about, was eudaimonia. Follow the things that make your soul sing. This is one of the surest way to achieve happiness in the shortest amount possible.